Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
Because every night the Thunder play, the next morning, the number one storyline is either Wembanyama or the flopping Thunder.
I can't root for that.
You're rooting for ethical hoops.
As a fan of the game, I just want to see the game respected.
Message.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tyler Rose TV. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. You won't be disappointed. For today's video, it's been something that I really want to talk about with you guys because it really bothers me as a basketball purist, as a fan, as a player, as a coach, as a spectator. Watching SGA has really ruined a lot of basketball experience for people. And the media is turning on this man because he deserves every bit of criticism. This man is flopping and flailing. And the contact is not even there. He's landing in people's landing area to draw fouls, just throwing his body carelessly all around. And then I seen everybody talking about it, right? And I'm finally happy to see the media starting to talk about it. Because us on YouTube have always been talking about it. But now the media is turning their back on this Canadian man, Mr. SGA, who's a great player. However, the way he scores, the way he does it is distasteful. So we got a few clips that we're going to get into. If you're new to the channel, like I said, hit that subscribe. You don't want to miss what I have to say after these clips because I'm going to go off. I'm just going to be honest with you. I've been waiting and waiting to make this video. So let's do it. You don't want to miss. Hit that subscribe and let's get into the clips.
But we got to talk about the flopping and SGA, okay? Remember a year ago, I started calling him a certain nickname that everybody did not like. The free throw merchant. And initially you laughed and you brushed it off. And now you're watching these playoffs and you're like, damn, this is brutal. And folks, it's gotten to a breaking point. It feels like Adam Silver has to step in and talk to the referees, talk to someone, make a statement. Because every night,
absolutely,
the Thunder play, the next morning, the number one storyline is either Wembanyama or the flopping Thunder. Folks, it has gotten to a point. This is one of the plays that, they're not this one, but the one with De'Aaron Fox. The announcers essentially were saying, well, not a lot of contact there. Here it is, here it is. So, you know, good up fake, and Fox grazes him with his jersey. Look, there's literally no contact. And SGA falls down. We saw the breakdown by Tom Haberstroh, Yahoo Sports last week. How often does SGA fall? More than anyone else in these playoffs. It's a damn epidemic. And the whole Thunder team is falling victim to it. Everybody's flopping. Isaiah Joe. Everybody's going down. Now, listen, I was not like the biggest Kobe Bryant fan. Obviously, I liked Kobe Bryant, but I was on the East Coast at the time. And somebody did an interesting cut-up. How Kobe Bryant was like the mid-range killer. Remember, it was Jordan, then it was Kobe, and now it's SGA. But there's a big difference.
Facts.
With Kobe and SGA. Kobe had a bag. He wasn't looking to get to the foul line. He was making shots because he had amazing footwork. SGA is really good, but he's just drawing fouls. Okay, that's what he's doing. And I know people will say, well, what about Luka? Totally different. Luka's not a mid-range assassin. He's a three-point shooter, and he drives all the way to the tin. SGA's getting to the foul line, getting to that midi, and then doing a series of fakes and just waiting for you to foul. He's trying to bait you into something, and a lot of time there's no contact. And I see all these jabronis yelling, Steph Castle's fouling him. Actually, no. Look at how Caruso plays defense. Okay? Look at how Keyshawn Wallace plays defense. They're doing what Castle's doing. I would not be shocked if in this offseason there were big discussions about the Thunder and flopping. Even this one, this turnover at midcourt, right? The Thunder were so shocked that SGA could just have a turnover at midcourt. They called timeout. Let's review it. Let's check it out. There's no foul there. No contact.
There's no contact. He's right. And I got one more clip. So we got Jay Will from ESPN, but I want to touch upon that because right before I get into this clip, because what SGA does essentially is he gets into the lane and he wants to draw the contact, right? Like he wants to get fouled, but sometimes he doesn't even look to score. Like he's looking exclusively for contact. Like he's not even trying to put the ball in the hole. He wants to get to the line without even initiating, trying to score. And that is a big problem. But let's get into what Jay Will had to say.
All day long. But one of the reasons you find yourself rooting for him is because he plays through all that SHIT. He plays through all
unless he hits you with an elbow. But yes,
he does the one time he retaliates. But then you watch, contradictorily, when you watch OKC play, every single call, every single time they shoot, SGA is landing in somebody's region, he's falling down, and you're just like, how do I root for that? I see why I can root for that. I can't root for that.
You're rooting for ethical hoops.
As a fan of the game, I just want to see the game respected. And there are times when I watch OKC play, I don't feel like they respect the process of the game. It's too much.
But as a
foul.
competitor, you understand that the Thunder are doing what works for them and what wins.
Sure. But when you fall down 95% of every shot that you take in the fourth quarter, at some point, and I'm glad that the refs are not calling it, I get psychologically exhausted. It makes me check out of the game.
But that.
All right, I got a lot to break down, ladies and gentlemen. One, Wemby is getting fouled. He gets fouled all the time. He gets the veteran little tug on the arm, all that good stuff with Hartenstein, whatever his name is doing, Isaiah Hartenstein, whatever. That is Wemby playing through it. We're watching Wemby get hacked down low because he's big, where little cheap shots. He doesn't initiate any of it, right? Wemby can easily get tugged on his arm and fall to the ground, because I can tell you right now, if SGA gets the hit with the same amount of contact, all these little cheap shots they're doing, SGA is going to be on the ground. That's why we respect, and that's why we love Wemby, and that's why he's going to be the face of the league, and SGA could never be the face of the league. He's the most unlikable basketball player in the National Basketball Association, close to Dylan Brooks, and I think they might hate SGA more. Second, Kobe and MJ, the mid-range assassins. SGA is a mid-range assassin. The difference is when Kobe and MJ were in the mid-range region, they were looking to score. Yes, Kobe will hit you with up fakes. He's only doing this to bait you into getting an open shot or getting a foul, but he's not exaggerating contact. Like, there's a difference between drawing fouls and flopping. And what SGA is doing is flopping, and it's so excessive to the point where the own media that has a bias to protect the NBA at some point is saying, listen, you need to do something about it. Two, respecting the game. Respecting the game comes at a cause of playing the ball within ethics. As we know in this season, we've seen one man named Bam Adebayo score 83 points in garbage time, foul the opposite team while being up by 20 plus points, only to pass one Kobe Bean Bryant's second all-time scoring record that stood the test of time for 20 years. You're telling me that we're playing in the league that people are doing things like that? Fouling the opposite team while up by 20, keeping the starters in the game, disgusting acts of non-ethical basketball, and then flopping. And this one man, Adam Silver, hasn't done a damn thing about it. Hasn't stepped in and said, we need to change this. We need to bring back fines. I have a problem. I have a solution to the problem, I should say. What I think they should do is, it sounds excessive if you look at it from this point, but I think this will be the only way to get people to stop doing it, is maybe you receive maybe 1/5 or 1/4 or 1/3 of your check, your game check, be a fine of that, and you get that those funds taken, 1/3 or 1/4 or whatever the case may be, taken out of your game check for the game. If they do that for flopping, do you think we were going to see that? Do you know how much money players will be losing? I know it sounds excessive. I know it's harsh. I know, Tyler, man, you're doing too much. That's too far. But you're ruining the product. There's a lot of fans who are not watching basketball anymore, who have die-hard basketball fans, and they can't watch this nonsense no more. So what are you going to do, Adam Silver? What are you going to do? Like, what are you going to do to change the biggest problem with your league besides the load management, besides the All-Star game? It's flopping. It's flopping. You have to do something about it. Kobe and MJ, mid-range guys like SGA, whole different ball game. Wemby gets tugged, gets all these pushes. He doesn't flop. We respect it. Respecting the game, OKC is not doing it. Before the contact even comes, they're falling in your landing spot. They're shooting the ball, jumping forward. They're going. The point guard's dribbling the ball. Someone's behind him, and the opposite player's behind him. Once he feels a little contact, he jumps forward, acts like he got pushed by Mark Henry of the WWF. Like, this is out of hand. And if you see more people in the media speaking out about it next season, if Adam Silver does not address the situation, I think there's going to be a lot of backlash against him in the media. And these are just my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're new to the channel and you like what I had to say, or you just want to hear some more basketball takes, I'd appreciate it if you guys hit that subscription and hit the bell to get notified when I make a new video. I have a goal, guys, of reaching 50,000 subscribers by the end of this year. 7,000 away and some change, a little less than that. Please hit that subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button, helps the algorithm a lot. And I'm see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.